Hello and welcome to the first lesson of our free barber course for beginners. My name is Farley Santiago and I'll be your instructor during this course here, during the following lessons. In this first lesson, I want to tell you who is this course for, right? I'm going to present myself pretty quickly. I'm going to show you what you will learn during the following lessons, what you can expect from this free course. I'm going to also show you the tools that you need to put into practice the things that you're going to learn here with us. And in the end, most importantly, I'm going to show you how you can actually learn with this course, how you can make the most of it, right? And then you can start your journey with the right foot. I don't know if that's the way of saying it in English. We have this saying in Portuguese, like, começar com o pé direito. Who is this course for? First of all, if you're here, it already shows that you're interested in becoming a barber, right? You're probably a beginner or you never cut hair. You're actually thinking maybe, oh, is this industry for me or not? So this course is designed for you, right? And also it will help people who are, for example, trying to learn how to cut their kids' hair or family's hair. If you're just a curious person and you want to learn something new, this is also for you as well. I like curious people, as I am one. And that's why we designed this course. UBarber Academy is an online platform for people to excel their skills, right? So to master fading, scissor cut, we have the courses available in our website. But we realized that some people were getting into the courses and they were from really beginners. They never cut hair. And they felt a little bit lost because they didn't have the basic techniques, that basic knowledge just to introduce you and put you in the environment of the barbering industry, let's say, right? So that's the reason why we decided to create this course and put it for free here on YouTube, because then more people can have access to it. And if you're just thinking if this is for you or not, you have the chance to go over the course, put into practice, and then you decide, oh, I see myself doing that over time or not. And then you don't have to spend or invest a lot of money right from the beginning. If you don't know me, let me just present myself pretty quickly. My name is Farley Santiago. I'm a Brazilian barber. I work nowadays in Canada, Vancouver, at Regal Grooming Lounge. It's where, as I told you, where we have the studio here of UBarber Academy. I've been doing barbering for 8 years, in the last 8 years. And for the last 5 years, I've been teaching online. So I started a YouTube channel back in Brazil with my name, and then I used to share tutorials and step-by-steps of haircuts for people. So I realized that I really like to do that, right? Not just cutting hair, but also teaching people how to cut hair. And I do that because barbering in the beginning changed my life. Back in Brazil, let's say the financial and work situation is not the best for everybody. So sometimes people have to do their own thing. They have to open their own business. And barbering is something that doesn't offer a big barrier to enter into the industry. It's relatively easy. You know, you learn the skills, you practice, you don't have to invest a lot of money. So in the beginning, it was mostly because of the money side that I started. But then I realized that I started loving it, right? Like I say to my clients, for example, that when I'm cutting hair, it feels like a meditation for me. And as the time goes, I start enjoying more what I do. And if you plan to stay and become a barber, I really hope that you get into this stage that you really love what you do and you see the beauty of it every day, right? It's a thing that we do. We talk with people every day. We get our clients. Sometimes some clients don't like to talk, and then you just cut hair and then you can get concentrated in what you're doing. You don't have to think about nothing, you know. It's a really great thing to do. And of course, the financial side of it, right? It's something that if you do it properly, if you work in a nice place, you can get your money, you can make your living. So why not? What you will learn in the following 15 lessons for this free course. 15 because in the first curriculum that we designed it's 15 lessons, but it can be, as we keep on doing it, it can be more or a little bit less. So in the following weeks, we're going to be posting the lessons of this course until we complete, and then we create a playlist, okay? And then we leave it available here for free on YouTube. So if you're watching this video as soon as I released and we don't have the other lessons yet, just subscribe to the channel and then keep on following us, so you're going to receive the notification for the next lessons as well. Okay, so what you're going to learn. Initially, I thought, for example, whatever you try to learn, well, it can be anything. Gardening, barbering, you want to be a doctor, whatever. You need to have basic knowledge, basic skills to be able to understand the most difficult ones, the most complex stuffs, right? So with the barbering, it's the same thing. If you try to jump straight ahead, for example, into fading or cutting hair with scissors, but you don't know, for example, how to hold the scissors, how to hold the clippers, how the clipper works, you will have more difficulty. So the goal with this free course is to present for you the basic techniques that you need, right? How to hold the comb, how to hold the scissors, how to manage the movements that we have, positions, this kind of things. A little bit of concepts as well, like some theoretical concepts about the head parts, what we have to pay attention when you're trying to cut hair. And then in the end, you will learn how to do your first haircut, right? Really simple step by step. So the main thing of this course is to give you the tools and the techniques. So when you go to the actual part of cutting hair, it's going to be pretty easy for you, right? Because barbering is a manual thing. So you do it with your hands. So it requires more of muscle memory than actually understanding too much the things. Of course, you have to put together understanding the conceptual part of it, what you're trying to create in the people's head, and then you practice the movements. And once you get this muscle memory, let's say, is when you actually get the confidence to create the styles that you want. Okay. But if you don't have, for example, let's say I want to teach you a scissor cut, a full scissor cut, but you don't have the muscle memory for do scissor over comb, for example, you will not be able to follow the step by step of the scissor cut. And when you try to put into practice, if you follow this course properly, put into practice the way that we're going to teach you here, I'm sure that you're going to be able to create your first haircut successfully, right? It cannot be like perfectly right in the beginning, but it will be good, right? So just follow here and I'm sure that you will get it, okay? And in the sequence now, I'm going to show you the tools that you need, right? You don't have to have all of them, just some of them to start doing this course here. So the tools, and one thing that is important as well to put into practice is having someone to cut their hair, right? So you can actually start with someone, some friends, some of your relatives, or you can have a mannequin. I'll show you here just a minute. We have this guy here. This is our first editor gave us the idea of calling him Chuck. This is a mannequin, right? So the mannequin has here like a fake hair, but it's actually pretty close to the real hair. And this is great for the beginning to put into practice. Mainly the parts that we're going to teach you here, how to grab sections, the top and the sides, right? And it's good because it's a client that will not complain about time, so you can take your time, practice as much as you want. As I told you, the muscle memory is a really important fact in this to start. So you have to repeat the movements that I'll show you here as much as you can. So the mannequin would be the best option, right? But if you don't have the money to invest in a mannequin now, it's fine. You can invite someone to do it, okay? But having the basic tools and the mannequin to practice and following the lessons here, I'm sure you'll be able to do it. As I told you, you don't need all the tools right from the beginning. You need the basic ones that I'll show you here to be able to put into practice, and also to practice in the chuck, okay? So first of all, you will need here the scissors, right? It can be like a 6-inch scissors. I think it's a good size, right? You need also the thinning scissors. The thinning scissors, if you don't know, it's a scissor that has like some tooth here, right? So you remove volume from the hair, and it doesn't need to be those ones that is pretty thick. The teeth here it has to be something more or less in the middle. I'm just see if it's able to focus here. Can you see? So this is a thinning scissors. Try to find something closer to this. This one, it takes out volume, but it still keep the hair pretty blended among each one, right? The clippers, what you need is a normal clipper, right? It can be with cable, or the cordless as well, both of them. I prefer without the cable because it's easier, you have more mobility. And the important thing for the clipper is to have this lever here. Can you see? This lever helps to create fades, right? So basically, you will change the height of the blade, how close you get to the skin or not, with this lever here. Okay, well, that's an important thing. The brand itself can be any brand. You can look at, for example, the internet and then find a cheaper brand from the beginning so you can start practicing. Or if you want to get a good one right from the beginning, it's okay. So that's the one that I use. You will need finishing trimmer, right? The finishing trimmer, it's a smaller one. And the finishing trimmer is to make the lines here, right? I know that if you're already a barber, if you're already at least started cutting hair, this is pretty basic, obvious for you. It's fine. You can go straight to the next lesson. But for someone who never cut hair, it's good to know those things, right? So we have here the finishing trimmer. It's also an important thing to have. The shaver. The shaver is not as essential from the beginning, right? The shaver is this clipper here, this machine. And we use this machine to leave the skin pretty clean. So basically, when we use the finishing trimmer and then we come with the shaver afterwards, it removes completely the hair. So it basically feels as there's no hair in the skin, right? As is the same effect of using the blade against the grain, okay? So in terms of clippers and machines, I would go first with the normal clipper, the main clipper, and also the finishing trimmer. If you don't want to invest in a shaver now, it's not completely necessary. It's just if you will, for example, start practicing how to do skin fades, then this can help you as well. We're using the skin part, right? And of course, for the main clipper, it needs to come with the guards, right? I'll just show you from closer here. Oh, look at that. Those are the guards. The guards, we use them to regulate the height that you cut, right? So for example, if you use guard number 2 with your clipper, and you pass in the size, it's gonna be a certain length. You're gonna leave a certain length. If you use, for example, number 3, it's gonna be a bit longer. If you use number 1, a bit shorter. If you don't use guard at all, it's gonna be just 0. And then it's going to be closer to the skin. So basically that's the logic part. We're going to have a lesson during the course here that is just about the clipper and the guards, how it works properly. So don't worry about memorizing those things now, okay? I'm just presenting to you the materials, the tools that you need. And then, of course, you need a blade, right? The straight razor. And it needs to be the straight razor. Let me just see if it's going to focus here. That you actually put yourself the blade. Can you see? We're also going to have a lesson just about the straight razor, how to set up, how to manage, how to use it properly. So a straight razor, and we have the blade as well. All right, like actually the thing just dropped here. So that's the blade, right, that we use in the straight razor. The tools that as a barber, you're probably gonna have more than anything are the combs, right? We make a collection of those. During our career as a barber, we go buying new ones, it's pretty cheap, and then you end up with a bunch of them that you don't need. But from the beginning, I would recommend you having at least 2 combs, right? A longer one, I like it to do scissor over comb, right? It has a part that is more spaced and another part that is more like together, the teeth, I think. I don't know how to call that. So you can see. And a smaller one, like this, is good to manage the hair while you do sectioning, for example, at the back and sides, and to cut the top as well. So 2 combs, it will be enough, right? The bottle, right? To watering the hair. That's the brush that we have to style the hair with the blow dryer afterwards, right? So we're going to use the blow dryer to shape it, the pompadour or whatever. So I have 2. I have this version here. and I have this one here. This one is a little bit bigger. Can you see? This one is good for for the hair that is thicker. This I use most for shorter hair, right? So the brushes, and of course the blow dryer. So here is the blow dryer. The same thing. The blow dryer initially, just to start practicing, is not completely necessary for you, because we're going to focus more in techniques that involves the clippers, the scissors, and the combs. We're not going to focus too much on how to style hair properly in this course, even that I'm going to show you that in the end of the course with the step-by-step of your first haircut. We're going to use the blow dryer, but it's not going to be the main thing. But if you're taking it seriously, if you really think about keep on as a barber, you will need a blow dryer in order to dry the hair and style it, okay? And we also have those things, helps a lot. Those are the clippers. I don't know if that's the wording. Like those things we use to hold the hair, right? So you go and then you put like that in the hair to separate, for example, make a division, the top from the sides. This will be really useful, mainly if you're going to use this mannequin, because it comes with a longer hair. And we will take advantage of the longer hair to practice the movements of sectioning. So that's why, in this case, I recommend to you to have those things here, okay? And basically, that's it. If you're cutting somebody's hair, then you would need a cape, right? The cape is basically a thing that we use to cover the people, and then you don't have hair in their body. And also, if you want to be more like start from the beginning with taking care about the hygiene part, we use also the neck strip. The neck strip, we put it here so the cape doesn't have contact with everybody's neck. So that's what we do in the barber shop. But if you're beginner, of course, you don't have to worry too much about it now. You probably will be cutting your family's hair at home. But if you, for example, will invite more friends and people, it's nice already to demonstrate this preoccupation, let's say, with those small details, okay? So basically, those are the tools that I believe that you need to start practicing, right? And also following along with the course here on our playlist on YouTube. And a quick reminder, I'm going to leave in the description of this video the list of the materials, the tools that I showed you, so you can take a screenshot and go to your shop online or go to a store closer to your place, okay? That will help you to find the tools with the right names, of course, because sometimes I say something there that I'm not sure if that's the name that we use in English for the tool. So the proper list will be here in the description of this lesson, okay? And now I'm going to tell you how you can actually learn with this free course, how you can make the most of it. Because I know that because it's a free thing, not everybody is going to take it seriously. Not everybody is going to follow in the sequence. Not everybody is going to put into practice. It's normal. It's okay with that, right? Because becoming a professional barber, it's not a thing that everybody wants to do it, even people who are watching me right now. But if you decided what's your reason to become a barber, why you're doing that, right? Why do you want to learn how to do haircuts? If you have your reason, it's okay, it's enough. That will make you take it seriously, because those lessons here, different than just random content on internet, just things that makes you people like waste their time watching things. It's something that is teaching you a career, the first steps into a career that can change your life, that can give you a purpose in the future, something to do. So maybe you're searching for something different. So because of that, if you value it properly, if you put into practice, I'm sure that you already have everything to learn and start, okay? And how do you learn? By practicing it. You have to put into practice. So you see the lessons here, you see the techniques, the movements, the things that we're going to show, and then you have to practice. You have to take the time and do it, right? There's no magic in that. I have a hard time when I go to internet and then I see people promising things in whatever area, easily things like, oh, do this to get this easy in less than 30 days, whatever. Those easy things doesn't exist. If you're searching for something that is really, that is serious thing in your life, everything that worth, it requires effort and daily effort, right? So that's what I want to tell you. That's like a motivation stuff, but actually is a reality for anything. That's what you need to have in mind in order to learn. You have to see the lessons, put into practice. If you have questions, you comment down below. Whenever we have some time, we're going to help you as well. Okay? And keep on, just do it. That's an important thing. Just do it. If you're starting, you're going to face a lot of difficulties. It's normal. Everybody does. But it's just go, like enjoy the process. And I'm sure that by following the sequence of those lessons, you'll be able to create your first haircut. What is going to give you the motivation and impulse to keep on learning the more advanced things in the future. Okay. And I'm really happy to be part of your journey, to be part of your beginning, because this really brings me joy as well, right? So if you're liking those videos, if you're liking this free course, keep in mind that I'm also enjoying doing this. Okay. I'll see you next lesson.